Testing. Am I live, chat? Am I live? Oh, it's raining today. I don't know if you can hear the rain. It's raining, boys. Chat. Oh wait, my face. My face, boys.
King of June 5 is now live. Streaming League of Legends.
赤い四角
No. One Doran hater, FANT1 watch party, Worlds 2025 group stage day.
1赤い四角
What? Chat, is this real? Okay. We are late to the stream, but that does not mean we are early. I mean, that's true, but wait. I'm going to my live chat. I wanted to change the thumbnail. I actually have like the old thumbnails. Where's my old thumbnail, bruh? League of Legends. Wait, I thought my thumbnail was... Okay, if I go to my live stream, does it not change my thumbnail if I don't put like a thumbnail? Am I forced to put a thumbnail here? Okay, you know what, chat? I'll make a thumbnail right now. I'll make a thumbnail right now. I just need Faker's face. Hey, chat.
And he's shown it. And now
We have the first game was played like an hour ago, I think.
Already taken away by Team Secret.
Now let's recap a little bit as well, because we do have a best of 5 to lean
Team
on from
Secret.
yesterday. We saw a lot of Azir bans.
I think it's Team
4 out of
Secret. I actually don't know their names, bro.
unfortunately,
No.
4 IG games. Bard also perma-banned throughout that series. Today we get the Orianna ban, a reflection yesterday that we saw but eventually let through. And remember, the dynamics change in best of 1, because within
I'm
best
live,
of 1 it's
baby.
like best draft
Okay,
now,
test.
get yourself on the board and get
Test.
yourself an advantage early in the Swiss stage.
Yeah, I'm curious now what the
Oh, it
priority
goes
is,
to
because obviously as you
both
start to come
channels.
through,
That's
you get
nice.
different draft bubbles that can influence the way
Yes.
you go. But when you look at the LCP, they had much higher priority on things like the Nico, the Aurora as well, and now we're starting to see that.
Wait,
come
I can
through
have
here.
Fakers.
It does feel very, very different. The Aurora gets locked in, okay. But for VKS, do they just lock in something like the Azir themselves, get something that globally we've seen still to be super strong? Bard, again, I mentioned Kai'Sa was permaban, but that might be more towards Gala. I do love, however, that Team Secret Rail's there just to go and get it team. So Eddie, he's a big fan of that pick. Might be something that they rotate
Any
as
good
well
Faker
as the
faces we
Jarvan
can
gets
pick.
locked in
Yeah,
first.
and Disarma's had some great performances in playoffs on this pick, so not
Jarvan
surprised to
and
see him go
Aurora.
towards that, and sets up then very easily to
Blanc,
be flexible. Like,
Orianna.
you've got your engage tool, you've got this aggressive jungler who can
Think
try and
really
babysit your early
interesting.
game, and then I think
Yeah,
you
which
can
face
open
should
up
I
with things
pick?
like the Azir.
I
You
thought
can
I remember
go
there was
for
like a
these
face where he
aggressive
opens
supports
his.
really want
There
to.
was a
Honestly, I
picture
think
where he
going
opens
for
his
this
mouth
mid lane
really
pick makes
wide.
a lot of sense to round out a strong mid jungle.
I don't know if I have that face
I'll
anymore.
look at first. Okay, for Trimby, I remember when he was in EU, he loved this pick, and no shy away from it in the current meta, as Team Secret Wales now need to match the Jarvan. The biggest question is with what? We've seen a lot of Xin Zhao. We know Pantheon's open with a little bit of bust in the recent
Let's
patch.
play
but
Xin Zhao whenever he's
I was gonna
open.
say, Team Secret Wales also
Man,
played,
Vi
a
is
lot
like
of
not
these
good right
into
now,
the
bro.
Jarvan domestically, but opting towards the Vi instead, especially when you've got the Aurora, this is going to be a dive-heavy composition. So
Is there a
I'm
funny
curious
face?
what they want to try and take into mid lane to pair with this. Could be an Ari potentially for a Dire here,
Yeah.
just to try and set up, and well, Kai'Sa as well for that dive.
Do you remember you and I were talking to Molecule? Actually, a lot of us were. And he was
Lurks.
like, this team
Welcome to my
really
channel.
likes dive. Huh, what are we building so far, Dagda? Let's have a
I'm
look. Like,
making
we
a
are just
thumbnail
sending it
first.
again
Just wait a
in Team
minute.
Secret Wales fashion.
Yeah, and also I think Eddie is
Stream
been spectacular
Elements.
for this
Space
squad.
Web.
Welcome to my channel.
Getting him on something
Stream
that enables
Elements
him
bot
to
running.
Yo, stop.
have that
Robot
agency to follow up
Learn
with
how to
this type of
customize the
engages.
bot here.
It's gonna be,
https://docs.streamelements.com.
Yeah, maybe I should swap everything to stream a bot, you know?
and see if they can avoid some of this heavy dive from Team Secret Wales.
The strongest player as well. I like seeing a scale
Wait, it
and
shows
carry.
who's on
As
YouTube.
you said, sideline super
Isn't that
important
broken?
in this game. Seems to
It's
be
on YouTube,
BKS
right?
now. The bans are in question because we have no mid lane potentially. I mean, that Aurora could also go mid, but with the Rise already picked up, maybe that option's off the table. Support's getting taken away. Dagda, maybe to get the prior on that, something, give the Rakan a bit more of an edge in lane. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just also Nautilus Kaisa is such a strong duo for a long time. The ultimate enables the Kaisa to work so well. So I think it'll be, you know, get rid of the Nautilus, maybe get rid of something like an Alistair that can follow through or a Rel, and then set up for removing some of that follow-up engagement, as you said, for the dive. But overall, Team Secret Wales, like, it's draft 1. There are a ton of picks that can facilitate this dive, like Leona, Alistair, Rel, that are all still up and available.
Yeah, the
It's just gonna take
thumbnail
your pick of the litter.
doesn't matter.
So on Team Secret Wales side, their option is to go for, hey, what are the self-healing AD carries? Let's get rid of the Xayah. Could be an Ezreal here to follow as well, and just make sure that we can have targets that we can try and focus.
To make the Vi a little
Hey,
bit
the
annoying.
thumbnail-
and
the
space a
thumbnail
little bit
looks
as well,
alright
like
from
the
here.
Ezreal mentioned.
Sivir could also be a ban here.
Yeah, I mean that I put that as most picked over on my Lolly Sports
I remember
Pick'ems.
talking about it yesterday.
You know.
I did because yesterday I felt pretty good about it. I will say, best of ones.
Okay, I thought I needed to make a thumbnail, but never mind.
Ezreal could be next, as we did get another
Oh, should I
dive
still
carry.
make one? Nah.
Dak
You
is
know
on
what?
it.
No.
This is why you pay them big bucks, ladies and gentlemen. He's also Irish, if that appeals to anyone out there. Now let's go forward. 80 carry, important. You talked about it. What's left in the pool? That Ezreal was.
I saw Aurora. This is all over the place. You
Yeah,
think it's dive? Do you think they want to dive?
Pool is still very
But they're
open
just
for AD
picking
carries,
champions
because
that they
even though you
like.
have a lot of dive. Oftentimes with the safety that you have coming through from Jarvan and the charm that can come through from the Rakan, oftentimes it still opens you up.
No, I
for
think he's
taking
hit.
some of these immobile carries, which say we're going to be okay, but still very dive.
Just engage and the. I mean,
I'm just
The thing
really
is, though,
jaded,
if-
bro. There's not really like a,
starts to win out in this matchup.
Yeah.
And then
anything
this year,
special.
I probably look towards the Cassante, but we'll have to see if they agree.
let's hold up. Sante, you're right, is a good option, but in the best of one, you can try and blast out of the wall. The Gnar is a good matchup. Outrange, space him well.
Gnar
It's
in
really annoying when you see a
2025.
good Gnar up against.
I've not seen
a
Gnar
Renekton.
in days,
not
bro,
much you can
because
do
they
within
keep
the
adding
lane,
top lane
and
champions, right? Like
Great synergy as
Cassante
well when you
and
look towards the
That's
Jarvan,
it.
but
There
Yep,
it
it's a
is,
Cassante.
Cassante,
They keep
yeah.
adding top
He's
lane
just such a
champions. You
good
can't see the
matchup. You will
old top
struggle
laners
in the early
anymore.
stages.
There's
Go for the early
Cassante,
Bravo Vest, start
Ambessa,
to
like
open towards that Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yep.
And
and
once you
people
have
play
that
all these
item
melee
and a half,
bruisers
you
these
are in
days.
such
There
a
are
good
actually more
position against
Aatrox than
this
Gnar
Renekton.
as well.
So now is, does Histo try
I think the only one that will probably play Gnar willingly is Zeus,
or do you try and put this
because
focus
that's
down
like one of
towards
his
your
favorite
mid and your
champions.
bot lane
Other than that,
is
I
where
don't
your
think
real damage
anyone's gonna play Gnar these
This
days.
is a very hard.
They're
comp
just
to pilot
picking
for
a
your
lot of hard CC.
Yeah, and I think, again, when you look
They just
across
give
as
up.
VKS, they've been very good at finding these moments where, one, they can overload a side lane,
Yep.
but two, when we are up,
Is you as myself and Dagda start
The
off your
mic's
day
all
one
right.
as Swiss. I
Okay.
think today is really going to decide a lot of the meta, a lot of
Right.
what we saw reflected in IG T1 yesterday. But from a wide dynamic
Testing,
of teams, we're gonna see
testing.
all 16 teams today, Dagda. It's a huge day to kick us off.
yeah, I think as well, it's, as Histo getting pushed back a little bit here, I think it will
Testing.
very much change as we start to progress through the tournament. I think that's one of my favorite parts of Worlds is you kind of get to see these little like pockets of what different teams have been playing in scrims against each other,
Yeah.
and then you get this clash of does it actually
Testing,
work? Like,
testing,
I remember
testing.
A few years ago we had the Amumu support that was throughout all of play-ins and looked like it was going to be a staple of groups, but never really followed through. As VKS now starting to get their vision in and make sure they can
Sounds
spot out
alright.
exactly what Team Secret Wales are up to.
Vertical
Hey,
jungle
girls.
start. He goes in blind and he has to flash away immediately.
Ooh.
Naturally, but Taki's still here. With a remount, there's a lot more danger as Dyer comes in. He gets a bit
They
of burst damage
have
off, looking for the electrocute.
no CC
Really
level
looking for the
1.
re-engage as well. Morteus
Rakan?
just spreading the love, but the flash, the
Ooh.
reignite, the setup. Morteus in trouble. Flash away. VKS running for their
Ooh.
lives as first
Okay.
blood's given over with a heal and the invade turning south. VKS are throwing away the game before it's even begun.
And this is a best of one.
The Rakan had to had to kill like 2 people.
Now given 2 kills across the scene.
They only killed 1 person, which is
And that
very
is
bad.
the perfect start for this squad.
The perfect start for us enjoying an international event. Histo's going to see Trimby
What is
walking
Bro
towards him,
doing?
close to the smite range. Doesn't get knocked up, level 2 acquire, but Miro's on the way in. A Vault Breaker to be blocked away, and he's going to get Trimby. In the end, Trimby finds this easily. The auto from Miro. There's
Oh, why
something
did he
back
want
and
to
a blue buff
invade?
for Rise. so it's not all bad news.
Yeah, massive pickup there for Miro in this mid lane. The fact that he's able to actually get a kill back, as you say, because has to match Dyer and Eddie, who are able to pick up
Okay,
those
so
first
what
kills.
can we talk about? The
And the
grass
build will make it very potent in this
on
mid lane.
Cassante.
There is
No
attack
runes
from
out of the
Samus, though,
ordinary.
if he wants to try and,
It's still a summoner spellbook
change up
support
his
meta
pathing,
for
but
both,
honestly, you know,
which makes it
pushing
quite
mid,
funny
maybe he
because
could make something happen, but Renekton has
used
both
to-
on top, so invade might be a little
supports
different.
used to be so much more tanky because of
Great play, because
Aftershock.
Yeah, at this stage, I think you've just
Now
got
they're
to
very
keep Miro in a
squishy.
good position to try and follow up, and you don't really have the
Wait,
setup.
Trimby.
It's only the auto attack assist from Tasamas that's coming through, which does help Mortez. Because he has this Yunari,
Oh, he
stack
did
up
hit
those
two
balls
people.
very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But
And
unfortunately,
he just doesn't have
he
damage.
just gets focused down. A great flash from Taki, and they set it up for Trimby, taking very low on the bottom side.
Yeah, there's a lot of danger coming from this realm.
barrier meta.
So far,
Yeah,
really
everything's
good guy.
about
Meanwhile,
what
though, a
you
little bit low.
expected.
Room prison under turret. Miru!
What?
That blue buff is getting put to work.
Miru making it happen in the mid lane. This was the big pickup that we saw for the BKS side that made all the difference. Every team
Yep.
that Miru's come into has looked spectacular, and one of the main reasons why they're able to get that win in the LTA set.
He's a highlight of the VKS. People
That
saying this is
is-
the best
I need a
LTA
replay on
mid
that.
lane, and
How
some
did
people
he
saying
dive
one
first
of the best
blood?
LTA mid laners that
I mean, how
goes
did he
stretch
die
with
mid
a
lane?
Performing as a 2-0 rise here
Hey,
in
he
the
buys
early
a
game.
tier, you just
He's
keep
really
stacking.
recovered that early game fumble from VKS.
He's not going for
So you
the
can
early
see as
dark
well,
seal.
even in CS with the Jarvan,
Yeah, the tiers are more important stack
Samus
now.
must be thanking the life out of this Korean mid laner right now.
Yeah, it
The
just
waves
makes it
pushing into
so
him.
simple now, as you say, for the Samas, because you've got
Like both
control of
junglers
the
are
game.
just clearing
They've got the options to go into
normally.
bottom side of the map, but Taki wants to make a quick visit. There's the slow.
The burst is good, as you said, but Miro
Oh.
sidesteps one, not the other. Shattering
That's a
strike not
nice
connecting, he just walks it out.
dodge.
Yeah, the Shattering Strike sidestep was clutch there
Nice
for Miro
duel.
to make sure that he doesn't end up getting locked down for longer, but Trimby now.
Like
starts
both
making his way
ADCs are
towards
just
mid
buying
lane again.
call
You can
and
see both
scaling.
these squads trying desperately to get any sort of
And
control
Kai'Sa has
over
an
this
extra
early stages,
recurve
but
bow.
despite the
Nice.
early fumble, VKS have done a good job of bringing it back with Miro in this mid lane.
They're both.
That makes sense with
What's
the
the
quick
item
lane
called
swap
again?
mentioned here
Yun
that
Tao.
Eddie's
They are
going
both
solo here.
rushing
It's
Yun
Bow
Tao.
Wow
I think Yun
Bow
Tao
did
was this supposed to be
teleport down,
Yunara's weapon?
In a bad spot, actually, gets the slow down with a Natopo strike. Level 5 on this Cassante. Eddie's still level 3.
And barrier burnt by Eddie as well.
Bramble
so
Vest
Eddie
is
definitely
really
feels a little
good
bit worse for
against
wear after that one.
Maybe I'll take a
3
break.
of the
Yeah.
carries,
And,
except the mid
Cortez now
laner, which is
enough to bring up
AP.
this upside, which makes it
Actually, all of them are auto
if
attackers.
Renekton can close the distance onto this Yunara,
Stormir
or
is-
even on
Stormir is very good
Hill
this game.
was-
Like that. Enhanced Rain of
Oof.
Anger sent down. The damage is good. Morteus in trouble as well. Healed up and barrier. The slow's good onto Taki in a return, but that is a win for TSW.
Yeah, I think they're trying to play for seeing if Hero, like this wave is pushing into him. He should hit 6, I believe, off this wave as well. Sorry, it's pushing away from off this next wave. But I think that's where you could maybe look for a dive as Team Seeker well. So
Looking
I'm curious
for-
exactly what the pathing is going to be for his toe. Does he just do his Wolves here into Gromp and then into an immediate topside point?
Ooh,
Damage down at the very least is with the top. As you said.
yeah,
Hero
sometimes
is
we can
close
see
to
this
level 6,
kind of
Shattering
funny
Strike
like
of
top
Shadow
lane
Rain.
and support or mid lane and support meta right now.
There are pings going down.
The
saying
support
that, hey,
can
look,
go
this
wherever
Jarvan
they
is
want
towards
in
bottom of the
this
map right now.
meta,
It's a little bit
which is
early,
quite
but
interesting.
Trajectory is right as
Now you
Dragon
just
could
go
be the
back.
call, or maybe a deep ward here.
He can
Set
even
up
go
that
mid
early
lane, right?
invade
They have the
fail.
Aurora. I think the Aurora needs
Like
more
Thomas
help
just
than
gonna
the
try and go
ADC
to
right now.
the
ADC
Dragon
prefers to have
as,
solo
you're getting
EXP.
a reset from the
Yeah,
Kai'Sa
he's
at the bottom of the
gonna,
map,
yep.
Eddie not wanting to be in this
He's
position.
deciding where he wants to go.
So it's gonna be
So
the,
he's going up and
Team
down, up and down.
Seeker
Did you see the
also
map?
try
The
and
mini map,
answer
like the rail doesn't know where he wants to
At
go.
least get some
Okay,
vision down.
he decided to go
Right
top
here.
side.
For VKS.
Okay, where the 80s?
Getting this dragon again.
Okay, now
It'll
he's
be a
going
long
back mid.
respite in the early game as his toe is going to peek his way in. Hero sees Rakan. Tribute just sits
What?
in the bush. Can't do too much. Wave it a bit of
And
a
he's gonna
standstill
buy
for now as
redemption.
Even Boao comes to help out. His toe's still thinking about it, but it does
Nah,
feel like
ain't
this
gonna
dragon's
steal
a
that.
foregone conclusion. There's nothing to gain apart from your
The moment of
First
hesitation.
strike of the game goes to VKS.
Miro even able to get back across for this wave. So honestly, the VKS are doing well when it comes towards like having that pressure on the bottom side and understanding when they can go for these timing
Well,
windows.
they're gonna ward the
But for
Raptors.
Team Seeker Wales, they're just a little bit late to the punch. They're trying
doesn't
to
have his
find plays.
item
Like
yet.
you look towards
Both
that top
supports don't
side,
have the
and you're
item.
looking, hey, we've got good damage onto
Full
Cortez.
control what
Can we
there?
go for a dive? But it's kind of falling apart. And again, looking now towards this mid lane, it feels like with Taki, but VKS just aren't letting them find that value from the aggression.
Now that Eddie's mid as well. It's like there's a favorable lane just holding Miru at bay. There's still a 500 gold lead between 80 carries right now, and that's simply because Eddie got the earlier kill, but maintain
Hey,
the CS
Nara's
advantage,
coming back.
even in
with
that small lane swap. And
a
note
recurve
too that
bow.
Hero, because of that,
Yeah, it's just gonna
promo from
be
Taki,
both
because
almost the
that's
exact same
airing,
items.
it seems with
But I
pushing
think
out the
Yunara's
bottom lane
gonna
of
be a harder
VKS,
carry.
Team Secret Wales,
Then
their top lane is in a
Kai'Sa.
good spot as well. So the only one really
Really-
suffering right now, or should I say succeeding, is Miro on this rise. who's able to pick up
Really
a couple of
depends.
kills.
But for now, Kai'Sa
Right,
it
let's hold on.
has
Shattering Strike,
more
Trimmy
money
goes in,
and
goes out.
EXP, level 6
Small bounce,
faster.
just absorbing the damage as Wave gets
Jarvan
pushed in.
has his out.
Help with the
Vi
invader
doesn't have
pops
his
up
out
meantime
yet.
as Dire into this matchup.
yeah.
Look, it ain't too great. All out going to be popped. Dire is just going to send into another world, and that's okay for now,
Power
though.
shots, though.
The weirding as well sent
Oh,
out.
that is
Just waiting
close.
to see if Boao gets bursted down, but not enough damage.
But
in
the
the
thing
end,
is,
both
he
ults are now
got hit
burned.
by the
Would've been
tower
a nice
shot.
trade for Boal, but taking those double tower shots really end up
And
hurting
NO.1
them.
can
Now,
Sunday
with
out
the range advantage, Dire can try and
last
play
for
that
like
passive
15 seconds.
damage as soon as I think his electrocute should be back up shortly. And you got Miro on the way. This is
Oh.
looking like a dive.
Tries to clear again. The weeding comes out just to
Vi
try and get that
taking the
wave down.
first rift,
TP
start the
needs to
lure.
come through though because Dire has no mana, and so Taki's there to support.
Yeah, it does mean it's only
They
the
know
first
where the
TP,
Jarvan
but it does
is.
mean now you got two people on this bottom side. So
And Taki
two
sounds so
BKS
familiar
trying
as
to
well.
test now on towards the Void Growth tank.
Nice stop onto Boao, by the way. Taki and
Got
our right
2 of it
side.
already.
Boao was just backing egregiously on a control ward, so his tempo's slowed down a little bit. But triple grub, you don't often say, is easily going to be taken here by Secret Wales.
Yeah, I think BKS
You don't
wants to
often see
contest.
it. I
When you
see
say
the
interrupt,
triple.
now Trimby
I
should
see
be able to
triple
just add
scuttle
a
all
flash
the
wave, but
time.
interrupt
Usually
onto
people
Boal
give the
means
2,
you
they
can't
give
TP
and
up
just
into
give the
the
last
play,
one as
so
well.
immediately BKS have to back off. So at least Team Secret Wales getting some of the objectives back in this top side to match for the early dragon taking with BKS.
NO.1 is really fastest to get items. I think the Sante is actually the fastest to get to thumbnail right now. Quite fun. But the thing is, thumbnails are very
for a little bit, but easy
deep
flag and
item.
drag. Wait for the room prison. He won't go
The
anywhere.
Aurora doesn't have his out,
Cataclysm
he's dead
down,
meat.
and a third kill. No,
Oof, I
this
thought they
time
were gonna
given
give the
over
kill to
Jarvan.
Rise.
Zasamus is on the board.
Nice job by Desamas.
But this will get Jarvan to the Thunder Sky
no way
fast.
that he could escape. And now Ortez on this top side as well. You see Taki is trying to match
Yeah,
on
true.
top end, but the flash.
Oh,
Hold up.
too. Hang on, Hero jumping in. Trimmy doesn't get the
Ooh,
stun.
flash.
Flash away now. Burned as Trimmy's just out of the play. Morteus has to burn his
He
own.
doesn't have his
Puck came
W
in with a
yet.
shattering
Oh, it's
strike
on
and narrowly
cooldown.
misses,
Feels
but
bad.
that's double summoner. Make it triple.
Eh?
VKS aren't out of the woods yet.
Keep your eye on the void missile. Can Eddie land this?
Eddie, no, not finding a target, but Hero's now here. The
Ooh,
empowered W
heal.
easily done. Morteus next up, second
dive.
skin. A double kill over to the Croc, and crikey, damn! BKS are now in more trouble because Boao is committed to this play. He gets popped back, sent out, the all-out use
Oh!
on the wall, and a turret shot added in! Boao, that was beautiful! The setup with the flag and
Right.
drag as the play
He's
continues
cooked
in
as
Eddie.
well.
Now in new bits of trouble, he's got no mana to press the E button, and he'll die too. BKS are bringing the fire with the return.
BKS respond well. They TP in with the rise to the top side so Miru can help out, and Boal ripping the Renekton out from the rest of his team. And again, we're seeing, this is what we're talking about, BKS wanting to constantly overload these side lanes, constantly trying to play with this nice little tempo advantage. And
A nice
they catch
play,
Team Secret Wales
nice
as they go
counter
for the
play by
dive
BKS.
and turn it back around.
Wow, that was just insane. I mean, the
Eagle.
timing, I thought he was going to be inting in the 1v3, but he had that all-out backup and available.
Wait, are they a
And again,
car
it's been to and
team?
fro,
Are they
especially
sponsored
with how
by
the
a
game
car?
started. We had a bit of consistency as this Cassante doing work. Dire just going to space it out, not in too much
Oh,
trouble
he missed the
with
cannon.
good mana bar, I
GG.
should say.
FF right now, bro.
Dire, as he just walks back and might base it out. I'm sure he's going to get some deep vision. Top might be the next play, depending on if they can clear some of this vision as well. I will say, they've set up some defensive lines, Dagda. Good control wards. Tribby's now going to start clearing out, but they're giving Top a bit of prio for Hero.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and reset and look for the Dragon in 15 seconds. But, I mean, nice collapse from Team Secret Wales. You can see Miru immediately TP to the top
Yeah,
side.
not showing the
Get on
earlier
towards the
kill.
board to come through. You've got the Jarvan who's running towards this top side, and Team Secret Wales on the wrong side of town.
Oh, wait,
And
never
also
mind. That
Boal,
was the earlier
the
kill.
early armor that he has makes him just unkillable in this situation. Gets the flick back or flash forward into the rip through
turret
under
shot.
the tower, the turret shot as well. And at this stage, it's all hands on deck for BKS to take out Team Secret Wales.
I feel like teams that want to play slow, but you know, they just play the other side of the map, really fail against teams.
Really,
Secret
it's
Wales.
not rushing
BKS
Thornmail.
had
He's
such an
going
insane
for
run
that
this
frozen
year
gauntlet.
and had an
I go
insane run
first.
versus the
Iceborne
100 Thieves. I'm
gauntlet.
sorry, NA fans, I don't care. 100 Thieves got beaten by this team, and it was actually quite solid. The production team are looking at me very unfavorably. I have to get off to the stage at some point. But when Miru came in, what life and what blood added into this roster. with this guy, remember casting to Mia Masters, the talent is there, and in this game, it's no exception. He's been set up for success. But now the rest of VKS are empowered somehow. All out, speaking of empowerment, but the true damage doesn't hit through. There's Notofos unable to catch up, and Hero just walks out.
Still though, you can see Boal is feeling himself in this game, and he has played spectacularly. Like, he's had a great showing here against the Aurora when he's been in the 1v1, getting that kill now as well for himself. And Hero has also been doing a really nice job when it comes towards matching Morteus and finding that success. But once Boal ends up finishing off this ice
probably
this
don't have
matchup
completed the
becomes
items.
very, very difficult
Yeah,
for him.
buying like half
It kind of feels like
items.
that ticking time is starting to slip in favor of the VKS top laner.
Okay, now we know which
It
ADC
does
is
feel like
buying
teams
what.
that can't be patient.
Looks like
Or
Kraken Slayer
play to the game,
for
Team Secret Wales.
Kai'Sa
But this time
and
it does feel like, again, matching their pace, matching the plays. It has been a really, really
I
nice
haven't-
comeback. And
I mean, I don't play
placing deserved here for
ADC
VKS,
much, but
progress towards the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, and you can
I
kind of
think
see that,
Yunara's
it's
supposed to go
tactics
Yun
driven
but I don't see the crit.
as he's
Well,
entering
yeah.
mid. Trimby's already gone out.
You
set
buy
up all those
Kraken
boards and
too?
is now resetting to come back out onto the map again.
Okay.
So you're kind of playing at a disadvantage when it comes to the
But they
vision
both
and map
back at
game.
the same
But
time.
you are, as his
It's
though, starting to get some
not
control.
really
So
close to
nice
any
timing here for the
objective
invade.
yet, so I
Looking
think
at a
I'll
potential
skip to
play towards bottom top
to
side,
in
but I
front.
just
Kraken right now. His toe caught out. Game is still relatively even despite there being some enhanced members. As his toe caught out. Oh, Vault Breaker. He was short, and
flash.
he has to flash to the blast cone. His toe, bit of a whoopsie there, and VKS starting to get good on the punishes.
But this is what I was talking about with Trimby's board setup. That's what he was looking for, these quick resets, set up the vision, and that means that VKS have full information of when they can look for these picks, when they can try and play off, clear out this vision and make that a little bit more difficult for VKS.
Well, Taki. No getting him so far, but it's slowed down a little bit.
Oh,
We're just
oh,
gonna see
oh,
these
oh.
trades continue
He
on
has
the dark
the-
gauntlet. I do not favor the Renekton here. And Hero
Black
heals up a
Fever
little
does
bit.
not do anything.
Cold meat between the wave, and with your Reign of Anger past 50%,
But he
feeling
has
is
to
much
buy it
nicer
against
when there's a
him,
minion
though.
wave and a champion present. Remember,
Feels bad.
they combine, they stack, they build up, and it's one of Renekton's main ways to sustain through a lot of the lanes. And as that continues topside, that's a bit of a flop for now. Herald is up though, that's the focus. Morteus sends out some damage, and VKS, they got their eyes on the prize. They're going topside, and TSW have to respond now.
But they have zero vision. They'd have to go in completely blind, and that's not exactly where we want to be, especially as you've got Dire still pushing in this bottom side. Going to TP now, but I don't know if they're going to get in here fast enough.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the connector's
buzzing.
Lucky has a flash, but he won't be able to engage at half HP. Now he might have to suicide. Already goes forward to reset the summoner. VKS pulling off it at 3k though, is still now imminent potentially. He still needs to hit the eye. It's there in front, and he's
Ooh.
taken it. Vault Breaker in, looking for the engage. Eddie repositions in the back of the fight, and Disarmus is down first. Trimmy went in, but just to die. While the Renekton was juicy meat, but you can't eat crocodile today. Instead, trying to
Kai'Sa
Eddie, who
is
flashes
cooked.
away. Set up from Boal, the all out, the true damage, waiting for that to come in, because Kasante, no!
Oh, he got
He
duped.
goes up, Boal went up, and Eddie went south. Miru sets up a flash away from Darius. History re-engages. Not only did he steal the Herald, but he just stole away LTA South.
The young upstarts are still keeping it going. Finding this play, Trimby ends up hitting the eye at the back of this. I believe it was Trimby, or sorry, Morteus, right as it turns. It meant that then you could get this mic from his toe. Really well done. And the back half of the fight, Hero immediately flashing onto Morteus, takes him so incredibly low. And they get so much work done with Eddie providing that DPS in the back line, just continuously fighting through us. Team Secret Wales, that was beautiful stuff.
Let me see that fight again.
Can't eat crocodile today. In, but just
Let me see that fight again.
00__ Emma. Welcome to my channel.
Hello, buddy. I'm checking my mic sound, but I think I sound alright, right? Can you tell me how I sound like?
Disarmus is down first. Trimmy went
Oh, nice. I'm not paying attention to this fight. I'm so sorry. I should look at it again. Okay, let me look at. Okay, my mic sounds alright. Yeah.
Still now imminent
And
potentially.
let me know if
He's still
I
needs to
sound
hit the eye.
okay.
It's there in front, and he's taking
They-
it. Vault Breaker in, looking for the
they
engage. Eddie repositions the back of the fight.
both
And
in
Disarmus is
their
down first.
respective
Trimmy went in, but just
junglers.
to die. While the Renekton was juicy
No,
meat, but you
I'm
can't
so-
eat crocodile today. Instead,
This is so
try and eat
confusing.
Eddie, who flashes away. Set up from Boal.
Like Kasante
The
tried to
all-out,
1v3,
the true
but they all
damage,
duped
waiting
him
for that to
just
come in, 'cause
enough.
Kasante, no! He goes up, Boal went up, and Eddie went south.
Good team fight.
Miru sets up. Flash away from Darius. History re-engages. Not only did he steal the Herald, but he just stole away
Renekton somehow tanked more than
Upstarts are
Kasante.
still keeping it going. Finding this play, Trimby
Another
ends up
replay.
hitting the eye at the back of this.
Who
I
did
believe
they
it was
aim
Trimby.
first? Okay,
I said
there was a
Cortez
1v1 on
finds the
top
turn.
side.
It meant that then you could get the smoke from his toe. Really well done. And the back half of the
They
fight,
went, yeah, they
Hero
went for
immediately flashing onto
fight.
Cortez,
I mean
takes him
Jarvan
so
first.
incredibly low. And they get so
Got the
much work
support.
done with Eddie providing that DPS in the back line. Just
The
continuously
real
fighting through
movement
it.
speed is
Team
crazy
Secret Wales,
actually.
That was beautiful stuff.
Somehow he ran away so
His
fast.
just ran at Morteus.
Yeah.
And that guy doesn't do that much damage yet. So the Viker just withstands Sunder's
I
guy.
think
No
right
problem,
now
brother.
it's like KT are playing, right? But I'm gonna just take it slow. This is the first game, right? I watch every game slowly. It's good to get to know like the other teams from other regions, LTA,
I see it.
which I'm pretty sure is LCS or
I do
something.
see it. I saw it in the SARS game. I saw it in
They
the game
changed the
in
name,
lead-up as
bro.
PSG and GAM. And once again on the world stage, it's
It
good
feels
to
like a
see
new region. I
how
don't
we can
even
play
know
this
who
well
it
as
is.
Dragon Spawns.
So he's still immediately going to start this up.
Let's
It
go
doesn't look
Team
like we're gonna get any
Secret
sort of
YouTube
contest
comment
from
section.
BKS.
Wait, what? You?
Even you see Trimby starting to shift up towards his top side, but they're not really in a position
Is
to cross map
TSW the
either,
new
so
TSM?
Looks like BKS just going to watch as this goes down.
Second Dragon, and it's an Infernal Soul as well. Bit of burst
Team
on this
Secret.
comp. That feels nice.
Man, I only know Team Secret from
We'll say
Dota 2,
3.5K
bro.
gold, they
But that was like a
probably
long
nice
time
heroes.
ago.
The items that
It's
are
good that
starting
they're
to
in
accumulate.
League,
They're
I
serious
guess.
business. Here's to almost second item here. The
LCP.
Vi jungle that's going to send it in. And
Okay, right now we are looking at Rise's items.
They're not
He's
ones to
almost-
slow down. They're not ones to pull back. They are
I
not
think he definitely is
scared.
gonna build his.
Especially when they have the,
What is that tier
when they
item
have
called
the,
again?
The Dragon
Seraphs, yeah,
it's
he's definitely gonna build Seraphs first, especially since his tier is almost up.
They will need in
He just needs one more round of items. He needs it before the 2-minute dragon fight. I think he will get it. And I don't know what Kasante is gonna build. Tomio, I actually think Tomio is really good here. Maybe he doesn't think it's good.
Might be good damage on it.
Maybe a Bramble Vest is enough.
Maybe 3 with Disarmer showing up now. Herald gonna be
And
down,
then
but
it's gonna
meanwhile,
be
hang
the
on a
same
minute.
old. Every
Was I
jungler's just
wrong?
gonna build Thunder Sky
Piling
Black
close to
Cleaver.
territory
They've
of
been building
Giant
this for
now.
like 1
Send
year
it out
already.
again, the weeding good damage. Pull back not there.
Oh,
Leandri's
hold
helping
up,
out.
wait a
The
minute.
Rel finds a new
Oh.
turret. Good drifting from Taki.
That cool.
Like I
Okay,
said,
honor
Team
that
Secret
support.
Wales
Support should
ain't
get MVP
slowing
if they
down.
win
Another turret
already.
goes down to the same
No
Herald.
one drives like that, bro,
8,000
these
gold
days.
vector. Only a couple of seconds ago. that
Unless
was
you're like
free.
2G or
I
something.
mean,
Oh, hold up,
sorry,
wait a
BCS
minute.
are picking up the speed here. Yeah, you got the charge.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh.
At
Oh.
82 HP, Boal.
Wait, the
back in
damage
bush.
is not half
Too low to
HP.
care.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think he was a little worried about how many members of Team Secret Wales might be.
Why is it
around
not
when
half
he
HP on the turret?
This is what you want.
Is that different? There's
for
not like
Team
backdoor
Secret Wales.
protection,
Like,
bro. What?
They're playing well. They're setting up around objectives
Yep.
to take the fight and have their dive composition work out.
Okay.
Coming in from multiple
The
angles.
Vi has
and
Black Cleaver
BKS
already,
don't
and
really feel like they're able to keep
the
pace
jungle
with them.
on white BKS side
Really nice
does not have
defense
Black
for them.
Cleaver yet. He's
They punished that
1.2k
invade.
behind. Doesn't look like he's gonna get
Credit to
it before the
VKS,
dragon
you know,
fight.
They got back on their feet quite nicely with Miru, but this Rise
For
is
the
not
Rift
far
Herald
away.
fight.
He's only just stacking out the Rod of Ages now. It's not like he's going to burst out anyone. Remember that Aurora almost
Okay,
into
that timer
Eyes caught
is
back up,
pretty
overtaking in
wacky, so-
gold. I think the biggest problem now, Dagda, is the fact that Eddie has got that Gwynsu's Rage Blade, that on hit to add to a Cassandra
Gwynsu's
and like-minded members. There is a lot of damage coming out of the woodwork. And VKS is about, can they survive? Can the Cassante absorb it all? This is a Vi who's just taken on a support. Trimby's out of there, and that opens up Dire to get the turret by himself.
But look how much vision is in this top half of the map for
That too.
Secret Whale, right?
Looked like it was a bit laggy, I guess.
He's free to go for it because there's no one who's going to
You
just
laggy?
charge out of him from a rush. So Team Secret Whale's happy to keep this push up, and the fact that you now have Doran in a position where he can go toe-to-toe with Boal, because of course he has gone for this very armor-heavy build and where he wants to match up against Hero, but Dire has been the one that constantly finds the Castante and is happy to
Okay, what's
push
that
these
red-
waves and make it
what's that
difficult for
red
DKS
thing? Is it
to
Other
dictate
Khan?
the map in any sort of meaningful
Yes, it
way.
is other kind.
When did they get to play on their terms? Biggest question. I think at this point, it's a long shot away. Team Secret Wales holding their vision and topside where the Atakan's up at Atakan. Damage is quite for VKS.
Are we fighting for this?
Window. Because again, Team Secret Wales wants
Okay,
to play
Seraph
for
is
five. They want
done
to
on
try and access
Rise.
the backline, but if you're able to set up a
And
nice
for
front
some
back
reason,
line
Aurora
in that
is
area,
buying
it's
the Black
difficult
Cleaver for
those
AP,
members
even though
to
it's no other
get
AP
any
champion
meaningful headway. And that's
on
exactly
their
what
team.
VKS are playing for now.
Everyone
See, this is
Black
where the
Cleaver,
choke point they
bro.
want to try and make happen.
Hero is moving towards it though. Boa has been burst out by Dire a little bit. Taki
Oh!
with an EK sets up the Magna Storm. Eddie jumps
Who's
in.
that?
He's been
He's so
jumped for the
tanky.
time being, but
Who were
look
they
at the
aiming
burst,
for?
and he flashes away. They need to kill the Kai'Sa. The VKS, they're getting shredded apart.
Yeah, they still
trying to
got
jump back
everyone.
in, but Eddie survives.
It took them so long to
A
kill
double
the
kicks him
people
up,
they
but
comboed in the
Team
first place.
Secret Wales,
Okay, they
can
got
do
them in
this
the
their
end.
sleep.
Hero had a great flank there, which didn't form the rest move one. This
Who did they
topside,
aim?
you
The
end up with
Rise?
The AD carry, this Yunara completely separated from the squad. So even
Okay,
though
no
you
wonder
get
it took
this
them so long to
engage
kill
coming through
them.
in the setup,
Nice.
there's just no real damage from the VKS side. And as Team Secret Wales, with Taki finding that engage, that's set up perfectly. Eddie can keep this play
Nice.
going. And Morteus
There's this one
just
thing
can't do
Kai'Sa
the DPS he needs to.
Kai'Sa can do that Yunara cannot
He's
do,
rubbing his eyes. I mean, this is a really hard game.
which is burst their ass.
Got all the layering there, but it doesn't matter. Eddie, insane reactions to get out. Now 10,000 gold lead.
Which is insane. Like, again, Team Secret Wales almost weren't really expected to be here. You thought
It is still an item advantage at the end of the day.
Kind of the upset, the upstarts.
So even though they are like, it's like 1k gold ahead on every, like 1k gold top, 1k gold jungle, like before the team fight. Now it's just extended. It's still a good enough advantage that everyone has like the small advantage against the other team.
And if they could take a win here
And
against the
Guinsoo
LTA,
on Kai'Sa and Yunara decides to go for that. Like the
It
Runa's
does feel like,
Hurricane.
again, you're putting faith in the fact that Team Secret Wales
I
not
mean,
only would it be big
okay, I
towards
guess.
LTA when there's only one done split, right? One done year, excuse me. It does feel like, again, for LCP,
It
a
looks
region
like
that is trying to define
Vice
that they
going
are
for
better than
Death
just
Dance.
CFO, and that's it.
That's nice.
Would give them a lot of hope for the rest of the tournament.
Unless he's going for top.
So
I
day one,
can't think of
Andy,
anything that
game one,
needs
Andy, our
double
only
top
game.
armor.
Of these two
But I think he's
versus
just
each
buying it just
other. The game right now is telling me that this game seems near impossible.
Just in case there's a
9.5K
team fight,
gold
it's
lead,
not
Infernal
to buy.
Assault coming up. That's 4.5 minutes. Baron's up in a minute 30.
okay.
Stars need a couple of insane picks fights.
Don't tell me Cassandra's buying.
I think
What's the item
issue
again?
is the way VKS have won games is
The item
always
needs
been
this shield.
The Trimby special. Like we saw when he was on Rogue, we saw when he was on Fnatic.
The one that gives both armor and MR. I guess he has to buy a bit of both. And there's no time for him to farm anyway. I would much prefer him just focus on one resistance. And just buying full armor is fine, to be honest. The only one that can like destroy him is the Aurora. If he goes full armor anyway.
He really comes online, and you just don't
Let's go
have
for everyone
raw
else.
DPS right now to match what Team Secret Wales are pushing out.
Choke division begins. 45 seconds at
Wow, National's tooth on the Kai'Sa already. Let's see him cook, bro.
Just don't flip. And the game should be there as Eddie stepping up towards the corner. There's no ward there. Vivo Keed Stars, but
That was a bit too close to the edge of the
They
Raptor
have a lot of engage.
for the Kai'Sa, but I
Stepping over the line. He's on a ward
think he
now.
probably knew the range.
By the way, he's got a Nash's. So there's a bit of a W resetting going on. As if Morteus is the one that gets hit by it, well, goodbye chances of starting a fight.
Oh!
Breaker in. Wrong place, wrong time. Sets up the ulti to dive. And classic Team
Kaboom.
Secret Wales. Heroes under turret, taking 2 shots, but it ain't like before.
Renekton
A charm up
is-
while Mary starts firing away, but between two worlds,
Oh,
sends
the power
VKS to
shot.
the wrong
Oh,
one.
that Pink Knight
It's a
got
trade
his
in the
ass.
end, a good shutdown, yes, but now
Okay,
the
can they
turret's
end the game
exposed.
right now?
Team Secret Wales have 4 members.
And they end the game.
There's only 2 of VKS as Baron sits there waiting for its victor.
Yeah, Miro and Desalmas left just in awe of how quickly Team Secret Wales were
going
able
for
to
the
make that play happen.
surprise.
They catch the AD
They only go
carry,
for the
they
bottom
finish
turret.
off a while, and now Baron in their sights. The VKS just look stunned.
Not much to do except for Miro just to try and get... He's trying to bait it. Eddie does take the bait into Miro there. They were lying in wait. It finally pays off. Eddie's down. The Summons with a shutdown. We go from 11 to 10.
That's a really nice pick from VKS, because now you can see the push was trying to come through from Hero in this mid lane, but not really able to threaten any of these towers. You can't spread out that Baron buff anymore, and with only 2 minutes left on it.
Actually, very true. We could go and mention teams like DK. I'll do it. Yeah, he galloped into this. Now, Histo's going to get out, but he did flash, and there are small things accruing.
Kind of cast a
Go
Still
back
waiting
up,
for the dragon fight.
but still, it isn't. You're like,
They are still in
They
a
want turret.
little bit less of a dive target as well. And these are just small pickups for VKS, you are still very much in the lead. It is still an 11k gold lead. They
Yep.
should be fine.
15 seconds is
Not great at getting up.
Yeah,
towards
they
the
got
tower
like
to
one
get the thing,
turret and
especially when
one
you look for, like,
dragon in this
powerful.
duration.
Then that's
So
where
keep farming.
right.
VKS seen on a ward here.
Yeah,
Try to death.
Unending Despair. Yeah, I remember
Matching
the item name now.
3 members move
The
up
Sundays
with
by
Eddie in tow as well.
Unending
Kaiser
Despair.
that shreds someone, rips them apart. Hero by
I mean,
the
it's
wayside
fine.
as well.
There's no
As Eddie
anti
reaches towards his mid-wave, 2 minutes 20, we wait for the Baron. I mean, it doesn't. It's a
Healing,
12,000
anti-healing.
gold lead with Infernal
on
Soul.
the enemy team.
You know,
Guardian
it should be
Angel
done.
on.
And it just feels like you
I
see
feel
a lot
like
of these
every
games,
jungle
you're like,
and every support is just buying the same
it
items
should
these
be
days.
ended. And Team Secret Wales are
Very
so good
boring.
at advancing a lead, but sometimes
Thunder
their
Sky Black
confidence
Fever,
comes
Guardian Angel, if not Death Stance on
and that is how I
the
feel.
jungler, and then
Some of them-
support is
sometimes it
just
can
a
be a little bit,
redemption and the
of these
Locust.
hiccups as they start
Oh.
to
Yeah.
like they are
Come on,
very
boy,
good at
give me
keep
something
finding- finding
different.
ways to
You
get
buy
advantages,
Deadman's,
but
at
when it
least
comes
buy
towards macro
Trailblazer on the
gameplay,
support.
that is where they can- that
Oh,
was where a lot of people saw the advantage for GAM over this
Oh,
squad was
good.
although Team Secret World get these advantages, and even when they played against CFO, it was how do you try and close out that game against a team that really understands how to move around the map. And for Team Secret Wales, it means they're now stuck here for a minute and a half until this Baron comes up. But once they have that reason to force a fight, I think that's where we'll see them pop off as far as, I don't know if you want to be here.
Gusto is by himself, but he does have a GA. He can buy time for Taki to join
What
in,
is
and remember, Eddie
cooking?
can just fly. Also has a Seekers himself, and that'll be a Zonya's soon. VKS are grouping up as 2, 3, 5 behind actually in total. Trimby gets tagged away.
He's
Eddie will
buying
not
more
ulti this time.
MR.
Breaker maybe trying to prove me wrong.
he's buying more MR like a
Infernal
Sante. Does he know
damage is
who's
nice? As we're back towards mid turret,
Who
Eddie
he's
gets a chance
fighting,
to
bro?
step up.
It's just it's
He thinks Aurora's gonna
relatively
melt
short range
him.
composition to actually clear out the.
I mean, to an
inhibitors.
extent, yes,
So
but-
now, 45 seconds for Baron. It's more about Team Secret Wales keeping VKS off the map. So then you have to contest this blind. Then you have people that are very good at face checking these brushes with the Cassante and with the Jarvan, but you still have to try and put that pressure on
Renekton buying
VKS
Jack
to
Show.
set yourself up for success.
Jack Show is a very
Good vision control here. Dire burst should be down to half
okay
HP.
item
He's
to
got
buy.
time to get back. So does
So the
the
thing
Tars
about
as
Jack
well.
Shaw
Dire
right now
jumps
is the
back
more
in.
resistances
Wants to
you
end it
buy,
right
the
here.
better,
Poke
right?
doesn't
And he has
connect
no
from
resistances.
Eddie in the meantime. A flag for Vision. A control ward to
He got
help out
flash?
Team Secret Wales.
He has
hold
no
their
reason to
line.
flash. He just has
So
to
he's
go
just
take
setting up
Baron
his Scrying
again.
ward. That'll be shrunk as well. And thank you
Completely
very much,
black.
observers. The jungle is dark and full of whales. And with 5 seconds now, the Baron's going to spawn. And these mammals are going to kick it off.
Immediately going to start it. And
Oh.
Dizamas.
Ooh, okay, he's cooked.
Well, there maybe goes the steal.
Yeah, I thought Jarvan could maybe face check it, but that's a lot of damage.
He cannot
from
face check it.
Yeah,
We have confirmed.
the death book or the death note even in his back.
Level 18 at the same time for both jungler and ADC.
For Team Secret Wales to try and set up.
Now it's just wait for them to end the game then.
Opening
Nothing they can
Samus
do
trying to
here
get
right
his own
now.
Jungle, but even that seems too hard as Hisso walks into position, clears Vision himself, and
Try to get one turret,
And
bro.
also, he shove in and then fall back to Elder is going to make it really difficult
Very true.
for VKS. I don't see a world where they're able to hold on to these towers, and then it's a Nexus defense against an Elder Dragon.
flash in from Taki, set up with the Magnus Storm. Miro goes golden though. He's a little bit deeper now, the turret's gone, they've got nothing to
Ooh,
lean back
Kaisa
on.
cooked them.
Twin World sets them up nicely as well, and the
Oh!
Reed game finally getting it done. We waited for 10 minutes for the LCP to smack LTA once more. And Dagger, they'll run through for the first win of Swiss stage to tie this up in a neat bow.
It was slow until it really wasn't as Team Secret Wales
Hell yeah.
crashed down in the VKS
Nice.
and the hopes of the
Pretty
LTA
cool.
cell.
LCP on the...
Yeah, showing exactly what they were known for in the region, showing why they were able to take down GAM, and now taking down the VKS as well. Team Secret Wales came to play at Worlds.
Yeah, they really did. I feel like, as well, you know, Trimby really hard in that game. VKS
Eh?
had an opportune moment.
They seem pretty cool.
It's a big thing. Getting 1 and 0 on the board takes away a lot of nerves. Gives you that head start. And in the best of ones, you need that. All it takes, again, is one game. That's the beauty of them. All you need is one good draft, one good moment, one good game.
And heartbreak going to be for a lot of the VKS fans. Again, this was kind of their main hope. It felt like this could be the squad to take it down.
Who are they
Done with the
interviewing?
PSG, the GAM
Yeah.
before, and they of course
They
you know
interviewed
that
the loser.
like, we are
What?
behind as a region, of course. So we need to understand that
Chat
and make
who
sure
is
that
this?
we are like ready.
reason. How much damage will they do at
Look
this
at that
international?
draft.
Because remember, it is Driver
Don't know that much about
starting.
Fnatic. Who's
And Driver's one
here?
who can
Who's
play
still
range
Kobe
tops, he
off?
can play more
My
dynamic
boy
tops.
Kobe!
Rest has been
It's
banned
Kobe,
from
my
range
boy!
top laners, so that means Driver can pull out the works here. Oscar's going to be on his game.
Yeah, Oscar are going to have to try and step up, but I think across the board, like Junja has been exceptional for this roster. Kaiwing and Junja have been such a focal point in the early stages of the game and trying to set up their team for success. And
Yeah.
I mean, all around, CFO Oysters are just absolutely insane. Like, able to play on size, they can play the macro well, they can play the team fights well. It makes them
It's
so
Kobe Bryant.
formidable of an opponent to go up against.
When they have hands as well, like Junja and Hongq, especially in the midst of that, when you have
It's
a team that can play macro
Kobe.
and has really good hands, like CFO.
Just ban Azir every game.
And Fnatic
How much did they?
have
Oh yeah,
consistently
Azir
gone for
got
this
buffed.
combination of the Vi.
Digress still another good duelist.
Yeah, take the Sion is not bad at all.
Okay,
Again,
CFO should win this already.
Have a
If they
lot
have
of fun.
freaking Xinjiao.
for Fnatic,
For upset.
Are you gonna ban Severe?
pretty good at
Why do
being
people
able to
keep
take
banning
away some of the
Severe?
with Hobie because
80 carry for Sion.
what Oscar in had a forwards and actually
Oh,
Poppy is low-key
see
broken.
one
as
in the
well.
game today.
Maybe Poppy is a good ban.
Oscar Rinnan. So top lane match
I
here.
feel like
counter
banning
support, that's
ADC
what
is
we're thinking
pointless.
right now.
Just gonna pick Zaya
you go
Rakan
with
anyway.
True, but it's going to
Cho'Gath,
be the position if
Ain't gonna
it fits all
I feel like they're just trying to for Dog
Renata, Caitlyn.
is a strong.
to have on this bottom side. We want strong info.
The reason let him pick the finals.
Look here.
True. So now the
Anything
side immediately goes
happening?
to top lane. Caitlyn going to reset as well. But Fnatic hiding in the brush here. They should be able to get control over the red buff. But now the real question is in this fog of war.
Yeah.
Who is resetting on the side of Fnatic?
Vision given over. Okay, they have full info.
And it's going to be the Kazante on the reset. So at least at the moment, it looks like Fnatic should be able to get the lanes that I think
They
want.
are
But honestly,
swapping
against
already.
as we were saying, I think even though it is against
Okay, they
Caitlyn and
think
Nico,
the
Fnatic
Mickey X
looking
is
to
making
get
them
aggressive
think
on this bottom
that
side
ADC
with
is going
Nova's
top.
pick
Yep.
and trying to find
Yeah,
those
but now
kills
this out
rather
vision
than
is
just
going
letting
back
the
bot
Nico
side.
and Caitlyn shove
He's
waves
doing some
past
kind of fog of
take
war
over.
shenanigans.
You guys might be worried, but Dredgeland's going to be used for me.
Now
to get back into
CFO
play in
might
time,
think it's a
and a
ADC.
2v2, and that ward really nice from
Offside.
CFO to get that full information. Obviously, they know, as you said, Doggo and Kai
And now
are
they
down
know.
here. They'll clear the ward after a Mystic Shot connects, but we're just going to see how much upset's going to land, because eventually this is going to become unbearable, depending on how Doggo and Kaiwing land those skill shots.
It's really unfortunate actually that Fnatic lost both of those wards because
Yeah.
Kaiwing still had the sweeper going. This is where again you want that ward to prevent Kaiwing from being able to play into the bush, but
Good
good
Dredgeland.
hook. But again, still you're gonna see that CFO can hit the auto attacks, get
How
the
much
poke
action
down, hide
in
in
the
the bush now,
first
sit with all his vision
2
straight out,
seconds?
and it makes it difficult for Fnatic.
And now
to be
they
aggressive.
don't have a
That
ward. You have
now
no
could prevent
vision.
you
Oh.
stepping up into the bush.
What are you doing, bro?
Dredgeline misses, auto attacks plus a little bit of starburst coming from the Q of Nico. So Kaiwing gets good value here as well. One of the most oppressive co-laners as well, I think, in the current meta that's been around for like the last 6 to 12 months, Dagda, or even more, with annoying voice lines, like, and annoying abilities. Let's be honest, I think we all hate Nico in some passion, in some kind of degree. Driver's just going to get a push in top. Dredgeline really nice here. Ignite goes down as well. Trap avoided. Mickey takes a big chunk.
Nah, he ain't dead.
Even that Warden's Mail, or that Warden's Wrath, excuse me, doesn't really negate too much. Doggo just pushes through.
Yeah, this wave should get the bounce though for CFO, which will make it a little bit more difficult for Razork to try and get in onto this bottom side of the map. And you can even see it's a good clear from Junja, matching
Oh,
that
man.
jungle popping from the Fnatic jungler. The CFO, I think, in a really good spot. I don't really believe there's any way Fnatic can make the plays, especially with Mickey this low.
They know. I mean, again, we talked about it. Like, Fnatic's game plan has been bot. You talked about it, Razork. Where does he love? He loves bot. Where does he pitch tent? He pitches a bot. Where's the rental price? Like, no one charges him rent. And we're going to see if CFO can actually finally put the notice up. Oscar's okay.
It's also going to be difficult for Razork to try and contest this grab, as Jinja already moving into position for it, but I think Jinja's just here to cover. Doesn't really want much else.
Sees it, Scuttle is untouched. A ward placed down, a good defensive ward in the try, and Razork just backs away. He goes, no, I'm not going to fight here. One of the best duelists in the game, especially with that bot lane. And Scuttle is just free for CFO.
And this is exactly what CFO want. All that Junja has to do is make sure that the bot lane can play their game. As long as they can keep
Something
pushing,
is
get
lagging.
plates.
Lagging.
Play
I
on the
saw the
international
lag.
Super
stage.
excited.
I'm super excited.
It makes them so formidable.
I
Right here,
saw
one of the
the
best duelists in the game, especially with that bot lane. And Scuttle, it's just free to CFO.
And this is transform into a minion.
It's just gonna be
Matchup.
simple farming.
Guy might come out, but
Into a minion, so Kai will
Ah,
end up
face
tanking the
brush.
tower in Nico form. So he has to back out. The increased tower shot damage then goes on to the
Oh.
Zigzag. He has to back out for top lane.
Oscar,
Oh, he
Driver
interrupted the
just
queue.
explodes for first blood.
It has not been looking good for Oscar in the top side. Manages to take a ton of damage in the early stages, and now a solo kill on so
But isn't
much
this
of
guy
CS.
only
Gonna
playing
go to the tower.
Sion,
Will be able to
the
TP back
driver?
in, but still, look at that CS difference in that top lane.
He had the full damage of the shield because if Sion's untouched, I mean, the damage is maximized. Nothing whittled down by Oscar and Dagda. That is gigantic. I could see it coming, but I just didn't see how it was coming.
Still, I mean, CFO doing everything that they need to right now. Even though they don't get the dive on the bottom side, upset still behind in CS.
Oh wait,
Looking
the
at
boss
the
I
stats, you're
watch
seeing
you
that
later.
But again, still, you're going to see that CFO
Right here, one of the best duelists in the game, especially with that bot lane. And Scuttle, it's just free.
Highwing
Very tank. I mean, it gets quite potent. Good. The redive might
being changed into a minion, so Kaiwing end up tanking the tower in the top lane.
Oscar!
Oh! He has to back out. The increased tower shot damage then goes on to the Zigzag. He has to back out for top lane.
Oscar,
Oh!
what? Driver just explodes for first blood.
It has not been looking good for Oscar in the top side. Manages to take a ton of damage in the early stages, and now a solo kill on so much of this CS. Going to go to the tower. Will be able to TP back in, but still, look at that CS difference in that top lane.
He had the full damage of the shield because if Sion's untouched, I mean, the damage is maximized. Nothing whittled down by Oscar and Dagda. That is gigantic. I could see it coming, but I just didn't see how it was coming.
Still, I mean, CFO doing everything that they need to right now. Even though they don't get the dive on the bottom side, upset still behind in CS because they have to try and outplay in the moment. Now Junja getting a nice little invade here. Raz are going to see if he can get the smite.
Razzle is a level up. Room Prison starts us off. Smite comes down. Junja's behind. Seismic shot though. Connects. The Tangle Barbs won't matter because Junja is in so much more trouble. Razzle, the damage is beautiful as he flashes away the kill. And the deed is done. Honkyu now in trouble himself. He gets phase rush. He runs out. Wants to re-engage with Driver now jumping in, but he doesn't have an ulti. A Seismic shot yet again. Poby 2 for 2 in the play. And Fnatic now on the board as
Yo,
well.
Kobe's
Fnatic
carrying
doing a
their
nice
ass,
job
bro.
of turning that around. The invade with Driver could have worked out, but Poby with a nice flick back ends up setting up that play. Now Oscar Innen
He
trying
has
to prevent
6.
Sion from getting to
He's
the wall.
got an all out. He's got true damage. Driver has to flash away. And Oscar gets a bit of revenge for the previous play.
I was hoping, even though he wouldn't get the kill, that he could just deny Driver all the CS on the top side and try and prevent him.
Oi.
He level 6 himself,
Oi,
but
yeah.
the key
Seismic Sharp doesn't connect this time. Honkyu steps into it.
Face brush,
Beautifully done
baby.
from the CFO mid laner, as both Mickey and Poby will fail to land.
Yeah, I mean, really nice job. There's been so much action in and around this mid lane, and I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Like, we talked about how this team has been setting up Poby for success with him coming into the roster and trying to bring us through, but Honkyu has been absolutely fantastic for this squad.
He's gnarly.
He's been absolutely insane. He's won Finals MVP, Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year. This man has taken every achievement and more, and he's more than deserved.
And I mean, I remember when Maple was talked about in the league, I feel like this is bigger. I feel like this is bigger than that. People calling him baby faker, you know, because Caps is already baby faker, but like, this guy is a prodigy at such a young age. Who knows the kind of damage he'll do at this international, let alone the ones to come.
And especially when in finals, he's going up against the likes of Maples that are heroes in the region and able to take them down almost handily, to be honest. It says a lot about what Honkyu has to bring to the table, and the fact that Poby now has to try and control him here and stop
okay.
CFO from taking over this game is going to be a handful, but I think that's why we're seeing that focus from Fnatic shift from what has traditionally been a bot lane focused team to the mid wave, and now Honkyu actually using that realm warp to the top side. Looks like they want to go for a bit of a swap and get Honkyu into a side lane.
Also, midwave's going to get hard push. Maybe the Talia wall from Poby to get towards mid lane as well. That might be the option here as the midwave's fully pushed. Razork also was deep in an invade while this happened, but he hasn't been spotted on vision. I believe we did see a ping coming down as midwave denied. That's a cannon wave. It's actually okay. Razork is level 6 now, by the way. Just a quick side note as he picks up the camp, he backs away, and Upset is going to be able to pick up all this CS and
They're
play
considering the
denied.
dive on top side. Driver could ult top here to help Honkyu. He has no flash. Or sorry, has his flash available.
Poby is going to surf it up though, and he's okay. And no flash committed. Razork comes in. As you said, cease and desist. The
Where did
flick
he
back.
come from, bro?
Still not enough damage. Honkyu thinking about it, gets phase rush, walks it out. The resilience of this man not to press the D button was big.
But it does mean Fnatic have control here, and the
Hold up.
interrupt on the reset
Oi,
has to flash
flashes.
away. But that's going to be the pressure on topside and
Jump.
the Void Grubs.
Wait, Cosmic Shot comes already, flashes away, Poby at max
The damage.
range! He stares Ginger in the face and says, now what, bro?
The plays around Fnatic's Poby are picking up pace here as Mickey now doesn't actually get to get away. Driver doesn't really have the damage, I think, to chase
But he
it down.
just altered Mickey,
Driver.
waiting for a dredge line to come through. Mickey has the flash dredge lines, Riptide's out. It was also that Razor could
Isn't
get
the
a grab
driver
two now available here for
A silent
CFO.
one pick?
A lot committed off the back of the play, but no objective after this.
This thing is, though, you get the plates on top side, massive wave loss top. Oscar Innens pushing in the bot side,
Yeah.
another big wave, and a tower plate going across, plus the kill. Even though CFO were pushing them off the Void Grubs, it's a win for Fnatic.
Watch the replay in action here, because Poby steps up to the wave after they see Honkyu flash.
Yeah, I think at this stage, Honkyu just needed to give up on the play, but
True.
thought they could play with Junja. But Poby and these flicks have been perfect. And again, the fact that he ends up getting the stone toss through first means he's set up, and you can see there, Fnatic squad looking happy.
Yeah, it is not a bad start. As you said, you know, Poby's been involved in both plays.
Bruh.
So Hawken with this duo, that is good to see, considering that mid jungle is so important with a Vitalia in the early to mid stages of the game when you want to use that pressure around the map and around these early objectives. Really fun to picks.
Also, one of the biggest talking points for Fnatic has been the lack of including Poby in these early
Yes.
plays and getting him around the map. And now there's a heavy focus on actually playing towards him, and it's working out well.
In summer, they improved on that. This feels like an even better step in the right direction. Like Poby was kind of played around a little bit more. As you know what, in this early game, Dagda, we talked about it a bit earlier on. Doggo in his lane, he got a bit of a CS lead, but this Caitlyn hasn't really skyrocketed out. I think there was a bit of plating taken, but as we're getting 4 minutes away from that ending, as he sits around mid for now, it's not the best Caitlyn start to the game. I know it's 500 gold up, but like, could be worse.
Still, though, like, CFO are doing good things, right? Because
They
you've got the early Dragon for themselves. They do have a lead for Doggo that they can look to play through, even using the barrier there to prevent his reset.
Hey, Chai, you know what?
And now he can start to put pressure on towards other lanes. Like, you can see turret plates are gone. And
Something
All out's gonna
buggy
come
about
through.
this.
True
That's why I'm
damage is
like,
nice. Driver running for his life. There was a solo kill before, but now there's help from Junja. Oscar and slowed down. Flip comes
And
out.
his full screen
He
is
dashes
laggy,
away
that's why I
and
couldn't
there's a bit of space
concentrate for
Edible
like
with a
5
decimating
minutes.
smash.
I'm trying to,
Oscar's
like,
gone
see
too
the
far.
difference
The shield
between-
out. No, never
No, it
mind.
slows down-
It's Cassante.
it kind
and
of
Oscar
slows
and
down
manages to
sometimes.
save the day.
And that's the flash down on
That's why I
Junja now,
don't-
which for
it feels
if
bad
you
to
have a
watch
Dragon
from
fight
here.
upcoming, or
That's
even
why I couldn't
that next,
commentate.
Rift Trail. But hang on, here we go.
Maybe I should
Does
switch
come
it to
out.
like,
Poby sets out the rocks in place. Pop Blossom as well. Turret aggro not there.
It looks
And the
okay
damage
now.
isn't either. It's a rise.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, chat. I was like contemplating. Should I shut down the stream?
Also TP's in.
This is what I was going to say.
Okay.
CFO,
It
even
looks-
though they aren't leading in the gold lead, they are
When it's
still
full
a team
screen,
that is
it, like,
very good
slows down
at
a bit,
keeping this
right?
pressure up, even if
And
they
let's
don't
see
have
how it
that
looks. Maybe it
tempo
looks okay
advantage.
for you guys.
Making plays on both sides of
Maybe
the
it just
map,
looks janky.
managing to
Actually, see, it
not really
slows
get much
down.
there, but at
And
least
I-
you're burning like
I
a
can't-
flash
it's
on
like
towards
playing with
Cassante
lag, bro.
and
I'm looking
keeping
at
this
lag
bottom lane
right
turret
now.
in check and not letting Poby continue to get more gold.
Is it really the problem with just full screen?
Poby sitting at a lost chapter for now. More gold would equal that first
If I
half
watch it
earlier
from
as
like
well.
this,
As gold is dead even. Dragon's up in 45 seconds.
oh.
First one went to CFO and Upset just kites away from Kaiwing's pressure. As Mickey's found at the same time.
I don't.
Like the second
I want
Dragon
it to
would
be
be a
full screen,
really
though.
nice start for CFO again to keep leveraging their pressure we're talking about.
Yeah, and I think that's where it is going to be difficult for Fnatic as Kaiwing looking for upset, but
Upset knows.
he's counted.
A little bit obvious, yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Like, you have Doggo who's controlling this push on mid really effectively.
Yo,
And
it's
starting to but in champ select, you don't really have anyone that can kill his
Kaboom.
Oh my god, a melee range, Booby!
He
Driver
got
does it
cooked,
again,
bro.
both his kills are now solo bolos.
Point in case, Driver is a problem, and he's driving it home as he manages to pick up the kill on the bottom side. Right as Dragon spawns, you don't have Poby available. CFO want to look for a play. Pop Blossom nearly available for Kaiwing.
Mickey spotted out on the path down to Dragon. CFO started this for good reason, but Driver at half HP with no ulti. Fnatic think they have an angle, but Upset, he is low on mana. Take that node as Dredge Line kicks
Whoa.
us off onto Junja. He still have his Crescent Guard up and available, but he's going to back away. Wind becomes lightning, doesn't do anything. It shows Fnatic that he wants out, and Razor
Man,
is going to equalize the
the-
Dragon, even after that solo kill bot.
it's a good bluff from Fnatic. They basically are saying, hey, you don't have TP or that Realm Warp on Honkyu because you used it on that bot lane play.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we have Poby who spawned. He can teleport into the play, or he can even go for that Weaver's Wall in. So they just brute forced their way in. But Poby had already started walking top. He knew that he wasn't needed for the play, so they managed to hold on to the Summoner spell and that ultimate on the Talia, while also forcing CFO away from the objective.
Okay, Poby's buying the
Tag the next one in
Terra's
130,
Embrace
Herald up in
first,
top.
while
After
Honkyu's
trying to
going
use
for
last
a Rod
minute
of
to get that
Ages.
push. We'll look back at the replay in the meantime. And Driver, he gets the E, the Roar of the Slayer, and he just holds. What a Chad.
Yeah, getting that slow sets up perfectly. The damage is there, and that grasp of the Undying proc.
I guess he saw
Well, doing the
Poby
dying part
use
fairly
his
well.
stun
We
already.
talked a
There's
little
only
bit in
reason why
draft
he would
about
go
problem
in like
killing
that.
Sion. Sion has 2 kills and is escalating very quickly. How concerned are you?
Quite, because he is the highest level in the game. Oscarin has only just ticked over to level 11. And is going to start becoming pretty unkillable. You have some backline
Rod of
threat on those
Ages,
demons
Rush
and combos with a
is the
fly-in
normal
Talia.
these days with a
But
tier.
at some point, you're going to
But
have to try and
I
deal with what is
guess
going to be a fairly beefy
for a
spot.
Talia,
I
you
think
need
that's
more
where Fnatic
mana.
would
Mana's
struggle.
more
The fact that you
important,
aren't
I
winning
guess.
out on the side lane against the Sion with either
But then
the
you
Talia
will
or
no,
the
you
Cassandra
might not buy Rod of
is
Ages
definitely an
anymore.
issue.
Maybe you buy
Let's have
mass
a look.
that mass
Oscar's actually
item,
within driving
Magi's,
range,
not
no pun
Magi's,
intended,
Abyssal.
but again,
Forgot what the
Dragon's
items
just becoming
called.
more unkillable, and you'd expect it versus a
That
Cassandra,
mask,
but even
clown
in
mask
all-out
item,
Dagger,
the one
that's a
that in
problem,
this
especially with no
BOT.
Iceborne yet, and a mystery bag of
Okay.
meat of whatever we call
Both
the items that
jungler,
become
Thunder
Dragon
Sky,
Yeah,
nothing
I mean, it makes
new.
sense, right? 'Cause
Collector on
Asante
Caitlyn.
scales so well with resistances, like when it
Trinity
comes towards
on
Q, it's
the
all based off his
on
resistances and everything else. So
the
it
Ezreal.
makes sense to go for more of them.
It looks
as you
like
start to go
Nico's
through.
going
The problem is,
for
Driver's starting to go towards that unending
not a
despair,
redemption.
which is
Wow,
gonna make
finally
him
no
just
redemption this
unkillable
game.
When it comes towards side lane, he's going to heal
And it
so
looks like
effectively
Mickey X
through that
might
every
go
time you go
for
trade.
Locket.
And then when you get to team fights again, it takes so long to take him down as Doggo just able to step away.
Mickey's been good with the angle of hooks, but sidestepping has been clutch.
Obi?
I mean, CFO showing why there
Obi, that's
some insane
quite a
players.
dangerous
Gets charged on
angle.
Junja, but he just launches
They're
in.
gonna
Razzle,
one
he's
shot
by himself.
the
Pop Blossom in the
Vi.
meantime, two-man.
Okay.
Tanglebuzz becomes three,
Sion.
and Driver has them lined up, ducks in a row. Fnatic came in just to go. The flash away from Oscar is blown out of the water, and CFO made
Wow,
that
I wonder why
look
you should give the
effortless.
guy whose name is
Fnatic end
Driver
up
Sion,
completely
bro.
separated in the fight thanks to that Nico ultimate and Junja just saying, I'm going into the pit, I can 1v1 Razork easily. Now you get the objective, you get the fight, you're getting towers. CFO might have just blown open this game.
That was so easy for them as well. I mean, Dagda, maybe the proof's in the pudding, proof's in the comp. So many good buttons to start a fight, and they just showed it right there. Honkyu is going to try and take this top turret boot as well, and with their
It's like
Herald,
giving the ball
just
Sion,
open up
bro.
mid for the Caitlyn or open up one of these side
Okay,
lanes.
lame.
You said it before, we may as well say it again.
It looks like it's gonna be Black
Definitely
Fire Torch
in
on
CFO's driving
Obi.
seat.
Yeah, at this
He
stage,
needs a
it's
lot
very
of
difficult.
mana.
Feels like
Okay, it
Fnatic
might not
trying to go
be.
back into it.
Yeah, he's gonna
The
be into
3K
the
gold lead already going
Majora's
across.
Mask.
Doggo has already got a
He wants
1.6k
that
gold
plate.
lead. So any
Never
sort of
mind.
like Caitlyn in a trough does not exist, and even that's a bit overrated at this stage. So I think it's just going to be a follow through, and you can see the team fighting here from CFO was perfect. Kaiwing steps forward because Poby and Mickey are trying to play back into this choke point.
Oh.
But as Junja goes in, Kaiwing immediately goes on towards the back line, catches Poby, and
That
also
boy
catches Mickey on the back
coming.
of it. And it sets up perfectly for Honkyu to then support Junja. Now they can turn their damage onto Poby, who ends up getting locked down. And it's easy for CFO to play the front to back when they've already caught key members
Oh.
of Fnatic.
Junja just cut up
Feels bad when you
throughout
flash
the
and still
in
die.
the end. Everything
It's
just
all
lined up.
Scions. It's Sion
3K
Gaming.
gold. At the moment, are we?
The map, but Honkyu has this Rift Tower in his back pocket, so
Yeah.
feel like just
if
skipping
Fnatic
through.
try and overextend underneath the tower,
Thing is,
Honkyu can
obvious
pop
who's
that
gonna
down and try
win
and keep
out from
himself
this
safe,
with first
looks like
15
he doesn't want
minutes.
any part of it, so Fnatic just
And I
gonna
will say,
look
like,
for the
Xin
top
Zhao-
trade instead,
Zhao-
as CFO, like, cool, we'll just handshake the mid tower
Yep.
instead.
Which is important as well when you have a Caitlyn.
Is
That
Xin Zhao
control
the
is
only other
crazy.
carry jungle with
Lead as
Wukong?
well, the deep vision's going to pay off so much, and it's not just outer turret, because outer was taken with ease. Now Honkyu's going to drive it right towards mid, and that's going to be gone. Inner turret at 18 minutes of the game as Upset just has to back away. Poby's going to teleport. They're turning this into a play, but Mickey's already dead. He dredged on too early with the Weaver's Wall lining down mid. CFO
One
already
rise.
half out. Honkyu is covered by Driver's decimating smash. As Razork now found on an angle by Junja, and I feel like Fnatic are crumbling at the seams. A decimating smash. Poby with
Kaiwing
good flick
is so
back, but
low, bro.
Kaiwing will not perish. Junja now, his angle has re-entered onto upset as it just goes from bad to worse for the European representatives.
Oy,
Doggo
oy, oy.
flash after the ace in the hole. Poby gets hit, and if there was another
That's-
one, he would be dead. This is some Chad maneuvers coming out of the LCP reps.
I would have said it's a sigh of relief for Upset that he didn't go down, but it's more desperation at this stage. Everyone of Fnatic tries to jump on the mid wave, but CFO are just too strong. Fnatic have to get creative to bypass this beefy front line.
The one game where
But even
Sion
when
vibes
they
and
do,
then
they
despair, they
still
don't
have
have Thornmail
When
on.
you see a Caitlyn ulting
On the-
and then flashing past
they
the
don't have
Talia, trying to get
Thornmail
the kill,
on
you know the game is in a problem
Asante.
state. It's a
They
5-day gold
don't
lead,
have
2
Thornmail
dragons,
on
and
that champion.
the replay again.
And I don't mind
What
this
game
early
where they
engage from
do?
Mickey because it's,
Why
hey,
is
let's
Mickey
just try and get something
cooking?
started. I will go down, but it buys the time
If
we
he
need
gets
to try and set
stunned,
people up.
it's
But
just an
the
easy
Weaver's
pitch
wall
for
only
Doggo.
separates Honku. Upset can't really push forward because he's fearful of actually the damage that can come through.
There's no
Razor
way
basically
Vi
gets
can
caught
fight
inside,
Junja
and
here.
Driver is just sitting in front of his team and preventing both the damage dealers for Fnatic getting through, and he's lost.
Highwing was one
5%
stone
of
throw
HP.
away from that.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then we don't get to see Doggo just deciding to send it forward, but that's how confident they are right now. Razzle looking for a play through top side. More of the Slayer clears the wave. Driver. We're really going to test if this guy can die, but he's level 13 as Atakan spawns, and it seems like Fnatic
Ain't no
are going to
way
throw the
they are
Hail
starting
Mary,
Atakan.
to which
The
CFO
Rise
say,
is
yep,
just
we have
back
a
from
TP
buying
Rise.
item.
If you
I
start
think Rise
Atakan,
was just
you
like
will
one
lose
wave
the game
away
quicker.
from like a third item. Let's see how much
Again,
damage
it's just
he's
Fnatic
gonna
trying to see if
do.
they can get anything. If,
The
maybe
good thing about
CFO
Sion is
split up wrong as
he
tries to
doesn't need
make
any more
the
items
best
anymore. I mean, he can still farm, but he
But
does his
CFO
job.
doing their due diligence. They're not going to overextend. They're going to be patient on this, and as Fnatic step away, it may actually be the window for CFO to start up the ejector.
Except for Fnatic, they're going to have to send some ultis in. Now Upset sticks around,
Ooh,
checks,
I
waits
think.
for the wave top. Oscar's just
They don't
covering
need to
that
take
entry
this.
towards the tri-brush as
They
well.
need to take the turret.
Atakan
Yeah.
has not started yet. Fnatic know at least that much, but Control Ward is making it difficult for them as Driver steps up.
No
Caring
way they're
not.
going for driver.
If Razork Vault Break is in, then what? You know, that's the problem. It's like, Upset, when do you get Serelda's Grudge? When are we there?
I don't even know if it matters, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the problem with Sion, right? You need something that is a good tank killer, and you just don't have it, and now Razor costs.
good flank onto Junja, flash away Driver, point blank. Doesn't find a
Ooh,
knock-up though.
two of
Oscar
the
in walks it
buffers.
out. That's the one time that you're happy as a European fan that Driver didn't get too much, but Atakan still started off and CFO healthy enough to play this charade.
The Driver is still able to just control this area again. He just does not take damage. And for Fnatic, they're trying desperately to buy access to the river, but they're fighting on two fronts, both towards the tower and
So
the
many
Driver.
cages.
They got a side pick shot,
Oh,
Razor
my
just
God.
flashed away, and that Vi wanted it engaged.
Yeah, he got hit by
Driver's
the
one that got
cage,
flicked back
for sure.
again. Damage is null.
There's 5
Fnatic,
cages in that
receiving the wave.
bush.
Good dredge line on the Honku, seismic shove, true shot barrage. It's good with an
Nice
exhaust, but again,
exhaust
they
kill.
need to find a kill.
Yo.
Razor decided to go in and die. Okay, send it again. Now on to Driver with the dredge line. They're finally killing the Sion. They've done so, but a flip up from Junja, and he finds a new lease on life. Driver on the back line gets Fnatic nice and
Okay,
busy,
the
but under the
Atakan
turret, he
reset.
cares not as that's the best result for the third seed of the LEC, but it still looks a bit too hard.
Honku got
They
the
don't have
reset
the
to teleport in, so
jungler.
healthy members on CFO and Fnatic blinking when it comes to some of their health bars and their mana bars. It'll be just a viewing party as CFO take the Atakan.
All right, let's throw the play a third time into the mix.
Let's
See what
need
Fnatic
mana
can do.
to-
Oscar
oh.
Rinnan at full HP. Again, the Realm Warp comes out after the Atakan, but no one takes it. The main thing is CFO got the Atakan, and right now it is looking like an LCP day one, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, CFO looking very commanding here. Oscar Rinnan just going to try and be an annoyance, but it's not going to matter.
But it's
The
gonna be
reset's gonna
Jack
come
Show.
through, and look
If
at the
Sion
items that are
vs
starting
Jack
to come
Show
through
is
after this fight.
GG. They literally
It's
have no
concern
armor
for
pan.
CFO, but again, like Fnatic
cooked.
try desperately to get in here. Honku is a good call
still
to try and go
cannot
for,
pick
but
down
unfortunately
the
they just don't have
Rise.
the damage
The
to
heal
follow
is
up. And
crazy.
here Razork thinks if I can get in range, I can ult Honku, and that would be enough to finish him
Purposely
off, but
Nah, it's
doesn't
not,
manage to
no,
get
it's
it
not
off.
even close.
And then it's one kill back as Upset and Poby are able to play away from Kaiwing's engage. But Junja with the flash forward, they've already done enough damage, and there's no threat onto Doggo. The long-range Caitlyn doing work.
You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger has a quote saying, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Now, I don't know how that applies with Driver. They did actually kill it. but it took the whole team in the end. Optimism, I don't know. Right now, I feel like CFO, we have to really just call out how good their mechanics have been, but how structured their fighting has been around Driver. This is why we're excited for this team, because they destroyed Team Secret Wales in the same fashion in finals. They are showing at Worlds, they're doing the same thing. They're just so concentrated in their efforts. And it is so nice to
Collector
see.
and Infinity Edge on
Really good
Piglet.
understanding of how
If
to take
anyone gets
fights,
caged, they
where
are
to keep
cooked, bro.
position, how to enable picks like the cage
Especially
from
he gets
Drago,
crit
and
on.
even doesn't quite have that rapid fire cannon complete. I thought he'd have it done at this stage, but
There
still,
shall be no team
setting up
fight.
his trap
You are
line.
not fighting this.
just don't see
Deep pushed wave for Os. What is going to stop CFO from just pushing through and clearing that vision afterwards?
I mean, I think at this stage, the kind of
okay.
flank something along these lines.
Makes sense.
But unfortunately, like as you say, the vision is completely cleared out. You're not really in position as Mickey to try and go for
Doesn't have
these like
TP.
cheating tempo plays to get vision
Yeah,
down,
of course,
because
yeah,
CFO
stop the
already established themselves on
Baron.
the top side. At least with that bot lane tower going down, Poby getting a bit of gold for himself. I don't know if it'll be enough to constantly playing off of where they need to be on the map, setting up their vision correctly, and they're just not letting Fnatic have a moment to find a pick.
Polo
Like this,
Bell,
Razok says,
redemption
"Control."
on.
Okay, there's Junja, goes back from
Only
Tri-Rush,
redemption.
Breaker. Ghost as well. Mickey wants a hook onto Honku. They say, hey, we
Oh,
found him, we
nice.
found him. Let's get the mid lane. A seismic shove as well. Everyone launching
They
in
want
from
him
Fnatic.
again.
Get picked with upset, setting the true shot barrage.
Okay, they
A
got
shutdown
him.
to Mickey's unfortunate, but a shutdown nonetheless. Now Driver's isolated as Kaiwing wanted an angle, but he's not going to be given it. Driver ulties out, and Fnatic,
Okay.
there's still life yet.
Fnatic find the pick. Doggo wasn't there to be the catalyst to try and help out afterwards, and now CFO
They gonna start
backing
it?
away. Baron potential on the cards for Fnatic, but I don't think they have enough. I think if they end up in that pit, they end up getting shredded by CFO. So just be a pick, back away, and hope for a bit more gold.
Was a bit committed there as Doggo sends his ulti out, but it's a good block. And I will say, if Fnatic find isolation, I think you talked about it before, Dagda, there is still a way. And we discounted this game just because of how CFO have been playing with the seismic shove around mid lane. If CFO disrespect with the dredge line coming in as well, there's danger. Junta at half HP, no flip back, and Poby's getting good poke damage with the threaded volley.
Yeah.
There's no dragon to move to for Fnatic, so it'll be sticking on midway for the time.
Can't even get a mid to it. They minimize their losses.
You know what it is? Getting that. That's
Them.
the devil.
Okay,
He
that
can't
rise
get the
pick
Mega
doesn't
Blast
mean
going, and
anything.
Junja punishes for that. Razok bops him away. Good defense from Poby, but Driver's here. Ultimate melee range, and Doggo snaps him down with a headshot. True shot barrage after the fact. It's nice, but it's not going to cut it as Razok is in the dirt for 40 seconds, and Poby's
Man,
poke,
Driver
try
doesn't
as he
feel
might,
anything,
he
bro.
won't be able to mitigate CFO, starting the Baron.
Junja just sat on that blast cone and refused to let Mickey use it. So he ends up having to leap out, and Razork dies for his sins, and now CFO start up the Baron. This is a miracle if Fnatic hope that they can steal this.
Poby's going to come in, decimating smash block, but midway, Oscarini gets bopped up anyway. The
Ooh.
seismic shove onto Driver. It's getting more and more tanky to Bing. He's alive as Oscar flushes away. Meanwhile, Pop Blossom, mid-realm warp. Away goes Oscar. He manages to shield it out as Honku gets shoved away. Poby's trying to stop the advance, but Junja says no. The Crescent Guard and Driver going for another spin. CFO have brought the game back. Doggo, but there's a decimating smash.
What?
CF everything they can into this Scion, and he will not fall. CFO actually might have caught
Razork,
Doggo.
flashy break Q onto Doggo, but there's a decimating smash behind him. Razork thinks wrong. All out comes in. Doggo's in a bit of trouble. Okay, over the wall. Oscar gets a shutdown. But let's not forget, this guy's become a bit squishy. And Junja likes
Yeah, he
that
ain't gonna do anything.
2v1. Pack your bags.
Much
Side one.
Okay,
Prime.
Chemtech.
coming through from
Chemtech's actually alright for Sion since he has an unending
Look how much
despair.
damage is being tossed his direction, and he's just slowly walking away from everything until they find that moment for the Realm Warp into the Pop Blossom, catching Oscarinin. And even afterwards, here again, Driver understanding, look, we're going to get these plays because everyone is focused on towards the Zinzao. I'm going to squeeze past to focus the back line and make sure that there's no damage that Fnatic can put through onto any of my cards.
I think that was Razork saying sorry as he died as well. Maybe it was Poby at the end. We expect him under fire and Fnatic struggling to clear the wave. It's Poby who's doing the most work right now as Upset's just trying to deal with mid.
Exactly, Honku pushing in this mid lane, going to make it very difficult. Oscarinin trying to play around that trap line, but
He sat on one. Headshot. Oh my god!
that's the tank!
He's such a good boy. And Junja is too. Everyone's getting praise on this CFO roster. There's a Realm Warp taking one minion into the base. He's going to enable an engage. Ace in the hole hits upset. Pop Blossom hits 2 for the final moment. Poby about to drop the greatest of some time. Ain't today. It's Honkyu as he runs in with the rest of his team with CFO looking to finish this one here.
They didn't even bring Driver along for that. He ended up bolting out of it. He didn't want to come along for the rides. And they made it look easy. Driver getting kills against Poby, getting kills.
The Oriana's also been really high up there, and KT are given their priority.
Yeah, Yunara going to be the pick, and you could pair it alongside the Nico if you want to here, and just set yourself up with a very strong bot lane, but it is going to be the Jarvan. A nice take away, as you say there, Eric's from.
AD goes up.
Enables him and tonight by KT.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
KT
yeah.
know where they are is instant Galio lock. You just talked about it before.
Wait, they have Doctor.
Would Jojo want something that can support this comp, and it does look like we're super on a carry. It's going to be one of those games where they're going to dive in, Super's going to have to carry.
Assessing dive, a mid lane is the Jarvan. For
Get Mirwin.
Let's try to catch up as fast as possible. And then I will swap over
maybe a Bard or
to.
something, but
I'll swap
enable
over
a bit more on that bottom
to
side
another
of Enchanter
browser.
for this Yunara.
And what browser
but I will
doesn't
say
lag?
that has not been Alvaro's strengths. Alvaro has been this engaged to
And nothing is.
alongside the engage with Oyoya. And
Gonna be Bard or something. Lulu.
And you got your answer.
Let me go back here. Hey, are you gonna lag in
3-0'd by
Edge?
Hamwa, immediately then 3-0 by
Won a
Genji
game
again.
since.
You can go for something like a Lulu Hill for Alvaro if you really want to, or even maybe a Bard or something, but enable a bit more on that bottom side of Enchanter for this Yunara. But I will say that has not been Alvaro's strengths.
What is cooking?
Built around this team
I'm
fighting.
putting another
So
browser.
we'll have to see
just
if that
checking.
version of combo, this enables the Zins out so incredibly well, because the CC, the speed ups, everything just works so well together. And then you can force an isolation where Duck Dam
What
on
if
this
I
Caitlyn
just
is able to
use-
try and fight against Supa. So if I'm KT, I'm going to try and find creative ways to link
Microsoft.
up as a unit. And we already talked about how MKOI
Explore.
don't exactly have the strongest jungle and support pairing. It is nice with Jojo, but you're lacking a lot of that DPS. So I think that's where KT going to try and find these moments to
going
link
on?
up with their trio and use that advantage.
Okay, never mind.
Are defending the space relatively well, especially as BDD
Never
moves out.
mind. Something's wrong with the other browser. Maybe I should download this app. I download
Did he even Dagger is the biggest question.
No, that was just combo. This enables the Zins out so incredibly well, because the CC, the speed ups, everything just works so well together. And then you can force an isolation where Duck Dam on this Caitlyn is able to try and fight against Supa. So if I'm KT, I'm going to try and find creative ways to link up as a unit. And we already talked about how MKOI don't exactly have the strongest jungle and support pairing. It is nice with Jojo, but you're lacking a lot of that DPS. So I think that's where KT going to try and find these moments to link up with their trio and use that advantage in the early game.
Well, already you also talked about the potential of invading. And for now, it's just a standard start from Cuz going from top to bottom. But again, when you have the Brom and Caitlyn, you expect that there could be a potential dive on the horizon. You know, with Brom as well, very easy to lock in place with Trap on top. Onto Doc Dam, Super just steps on up, but he does get heavily traded against. There's no tilt over Pacemaker that hits Super in the face, but still at half HP for both 80 carries.
And just the early
Okay, I'll stop my stream for a bit. Maybe I'll quit here. I don't know, man. It looks so laggy. Do you guys see the lag?
goes from Supa, so
It's
he
so
can try
laggy.
and use the fact he's just hit that empowered auto
It's
attack.
not, thou
let's get a
shall
nice
not be
trade down.
laggy anymore.
And we'll continue to try and, as much as possible, now as E take these artifacts to both sidestep.
You talked about this. The lane's not as potent for KT because, again, we've got the Brom instead of something as well that can outrange, instead of something like the Karma or something, again, that can hit that Lulu in the face. Alvaro doing a good job of enchanting Super to just run at them.
Look at my...
And this will also open up then, as both junglers going down towards the bottom side, that you should have the Jarvan that can Elioya that should be able to get the... Oh, Jojo.
Yeah, he leveled up, so he got a bit of health back, but because Shield of Doran didn't connect, Jojo couldn't just hit and get out of there. BDD at full HP, and this is what you expect of the lane early. Range advantage being used well.
You can see Duckdom is trying to reset on this bottom side. Alvaro just being a nuisance to prevent him. Does have to be a little careful as Zinzao is on the bottom side. Again, though, I think opening up for Ayoya, have a strong clear, should be able to get the crab and reset if he so pleases.
Wait.
Lemko doing a decent job in bot lane, whereas mid lane, BDD making Jojo bleed.
Doesn't have much mana in the bar. That's the only saving grace. A Clockwork Wind-Up is doing work, though. Jojo's walking back in. Shield of Doran. Taunt is good.
Oh,
The
no.
Winds of War to get the level up and make sure that he can just TP back now.
Cuz is leaving bot lane, though, and Ayoya setting up for a dive here.
Okay,
That's the shield there.
Yeah, the Arclight is sent out as well. There's some good poke damage. Doctor and Peter get to level 3. But the wave is instantly cleared out. It's a single wave. There's the flag. Now spotted out. Doctam knows he's in trouble. Puts the traps down because Kuz is heading towards top Dagda. So Doctam does not have the support he needs. Peter stuck around for the wave. He wants experience. And the main thing is it's not going to Doctam.
That's the point. Even though Ayoya could have looked potentially for the dive there, they don't want to. They know they're already getting the lead when it comes to the plates and also this CS advantage. This Caitlyn not looking good after this early stage, and Super and Alvaro playing this lane incredibly well.
That's a 30 CS lead. That's 30 CS lead. You know what I mean? That's 30 to 20 CS. That
I wish it was.
I mean, that would be a statement from Super and Alvaro. If it really were. Perfect traded back. Mirwin is getting burnt alive.
Hey,
up in the
guys, I
top
think I
lane,
have to
and
stop
expecting
here.
crispiness to continue.
Come
As
back.
Peter trying to stop it
India.
out from over the wall. Super going to be spotted out now, but Winter's Bite was just used. Alvaro
No,
on
no,
the
no.
run. Another Winter's Bite would